The Reverend Katie Dawson, Imagine No Malaria.
Thank you. As the Iowa Conference, we have begun an extraordinary effort to save lives. These numbers paint a picture about what we're doing to stop malaria and how we are accomplishing that goal, but they don't always tell us the why. Why should we join hands to fight malaria? Why is this a priority? Why malaria? Why now? Why us? Every 60 seconds, a child or a pregnant mother dies from malaria. Every 60 seconds, abundant life is snatched from this world by a preventable, treatable, and beatable disease. This is Domingos. When he was 8 months old, he contracted malaria and got very sick. He was suffering from acute anemia and had a temperature of 106 degrees when he arrived at the hospital brought by his aunt. Because of the lack of resources at this rural facility in Angola, Domingos died 5 minutes after this photo was taken. When his story became a part of my life, my own nephew Nathan was about 8 months old. I thought about that aunt bringing her sick nephew to the hospital, full of fears and worries and yet hope. And so I held their pictures side by side and I thought about the differences in their lives, in opportunity and resources, in safety and access. But what was the same was love. The love a family has for a child, the love God has for each of our children. Since this annual conference was called to order yesterday at 9:30 a.m., 1,548 children have died. As an aunt, as a United Methodist, as a human being, this is unacceptable. They are why we do what we do. So why are we saving lives? Because we are called to be balm in Gilead. Because we are light in the darkness. Because we are sent by Jesus Christ into the world to heal the sick and to preach the gospel. Because we are moms and dads, big sisters, uncles, grandparents, and neighbors, and we refuse to stand by as children suffer. We save lives because we are United Methodist, and this is what we do. We can imagine a world with no malaria, and we are not going to wait to start. So as the Iowa Conference, we have committed to saving 200,000 lives, and we are nearly halfway there. With our totals from today, we are at $789,000. And we know that God can and will do more than we can ask or imagine. So I want to talk about some ways that you can get involved in your local communities. First of all, you need to start by setting a goal for your church. I want you to think about a God-sized goal that you have to reach out to your community to achieve. These kids reached out and they wanted to start a lemonade stand. Their church volunteered to sponsor them and match dollar for dollar. Well, the adult Sunday school class who did so had to stop when they reached $30,000. That's God-sized generosity. Pray with your church about what God is inviting you to do as you reach out to your neighbors. Next, we need you to tell the story, to speak up for our brothers and sisters. Learn everything you can and tell this story wherever you go. These 3 young men are running across the state beginning on Tuesday to raise awareness about malaria. You can follow their journey at runningfrommalaria.com. And then later tonight, we want to invite you to come to learn about being an advocate for global health. We're showing Mary and Martha at 9:30 this evening at the 4th Street Theater. Lastly, we need you to give. I want you to take one of these pledge cards and prayerfully ask what God is inviting you to do to make a difference. Domingos led me to think about what I would do as an aunt for my niece and my nephews. I've promised to save 100 lives for each of them. For just $1 a day over 3 years, you can save 100 lives. Fill out your pledge card, turn it in, make that commitment. If 200 of us did that, by the end of conference, we'd be at $1 million. We've never done anything like this before. I'm amazed about how you are stepping out in faith to save lives. I want to say thank you to our steering committee, thank you to our ambassadors and our organizers, thank you to the 128 churches who cooked pancakes, thank you to each one of you who have personally given to this effort. God is working within us, within our communities, within the United Methodist Church. Thank you for saving lives.